There are many reasons why collectors love certain baseball card products. The design, the price point, the hits. There are equally as many reasons why collectors absolutely detest certain baseball card products. The design, the price point, the hits. At the end of the day though, what's good and what's not usually boils down to opinion. We recently trolled and polled the internet asking for your opinions. You're watching Crackin Wax, and here's what you chose as the 5 worst baseball card products ever. This is the first set to which we at Crackin Wax felt abhorrent so complete that it rivals a factory set of Topps flagship. This strangely structured set confused and confounded further and further with each pack. The 2008 version that we personally ripped was the second and, thankfully, final release of the product. Its checklist contained 189 subjects, each with a variation mirroring a specific moment or milestone. Because moments and milestones. For example, card number 1 is of Alex Rodriguez, for whom, at the time, the set celebrated his 518 home runs. That card was then broken down into 518 variations, one for each home run, but still with the same card number. Then, each card is broken down further into parallels. The base cards alone were numbered to 150. That meant that Topps produced 150 copies of each of the 518 variations of the base card of card number 1. Oh, but we're not done. There were also black parallels of each variation numbered to 25, blue parallels numbered to 10, and 1 of 1 red parallels. Oh my God, how does anyone collect this? If you included each variation of each base card, the checklist actually has nearly 13,000 unique base cards, all numbered to 150, all with black, blue, and red parallels. It's as if Upper Deck sat around a big boring table in a big boring office and said, I know, let's do what Topps did with moments and milestones, except let's make it worse and way more boring. While not as gargantuan in size as the nearly 13,000 card set that makes up the aforementioned product, Documentary is still bloated as hell with just a shade under 5,000 cards. Just think about that for a second. A complete set of Documentary would fit in a super monster storage box. Upper Deck gave themselves the task of documenting every game played in 2008. The strategy used was to produce 1 card of each team depicting each game of the season. Not only did you end up with a set chock full of uninteresting cards, but Upper Deck failed to use photographs unique to each game. The results? Some cards feature players who didn't even play on the card's documented day. Making the set even less tolerable was that it came off as a blatant sticker dump for the autograph hits. Topps would revisit this theme in the future with the much more successful on-demand set, Topps Now. The early 90s were smack dab in the middle of the overproduced junk wax era, which nearly killed the hobby. Guilty of attempted hobby murder in the second degree is the dry heave-inducing eyesore 1991 Fleer. Unlovingly dubbed the Yellow Monster, this jaundiced jumble of junk wax juxtaposes nonsensical design with a weak rookie card class. The bizarre insert set features artistic renderings depicting players with spirits exiting their bats, or lightning striking their bats, or atoms orbiting their bats. Basically just a lot of weird stuff happening with the bats. Making things even worse, this was the largest Fleer set to date, and each card was printed approximately 3 million times. Upper Deck lost its MLB license in late 2009. They retained their MLB PA license, however, and chose to continue producing baseball cards without logos and team names. Doing so greatly affected the popularity of their product, likely because team collectors like Crackin Wax prefer to see big giant TCs on Twins players' caps instead of big blue airbrush blobs. High-end collectors prefer certain things for their dollars. Logos, of course. Team names, sure. Pictures, naturally. Which, of course, is what Upper Deck opted not to use in their high-end sticker dump. The only difference between sending blank index cards out for TTM autos and 2012 Upper Deck SP Signature Edition is the price, and because your blank index cards probably won't come back with sticker autos on them. When this product was first announced, collectors everywhere were intrigued by what Topps had up its sleeve. A decent checklist with plenty of different card types to chase, this was a mid to high-end player collector's dream set, or so it would seem. Each hobby box promised 24 packs and at least 1 autograph and 2 relics. Not bad. However, what makes this set so unbearable is its design. Everything is so freaking black. The dreadfully dark border cuts into so much of the design that it leaves the photos feeling claustrophobic. The tiny vertical text is difficult to read as is, but they decided to make part of the text dark red against a black background. A black background or border is fine if done well. This is not an example of a black background or border done well. The draw to Topps Unique is the plethora of unique one-of-ones to be had. The better hits are nicer in design, but the more common hits, such as the solo shot bat slivers and sticker autos, are uninspired. Someone rushed to get these cards done by dumping a large image of a baseball in the background, and in the foreground, a masked image of a player with Photoshop's default drop shadow setting. Add the team logo in any available space and a red bar at the bottom and you're set. A poorly designed product clogged with hits comparable to what you'd find in opening day paired with a $100 plus price tag per box makes for a very bad time. And those were your picks for worst baseball card products ever. Did we miss any? Tell us in the comments. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this and check out these suggested videos. And as always, keep cracking that wax.